I knew I was a troublemaker when I was 6 years old. I was the only girl at an all boys football camp over the summer. And I didn't notice until after the camp was over, and I didn't care at all and still signed up for next year. I have three pieces of advice that I just can't help myself but to give. And the first piece of advice is that there's no free lunch. And that is true in every aspect, I think, of everything I've ever done. I will never forget there's no free lunch came from my college landlord's wife, who called me after I forgot to pay the gas bill in Boston, and the whole gas in the house was shut off and it was a freezing house. And she said, Natalie, there is no free lunch. How could you not pay? And at first, the saying was very funny to me, but now I apply it in the most unconventional way I got the advice. I apply in every part of my life, because no matter what you're doing, it just means that there's a price for it. There's something you have to give, something you have to pay. It might not be clear on the surface, might not be money, but there's a trade-off for every single thing you do. And I think that's really important to acknowledge, especially in a time where we constantly compare ourselves to other people. So, number one, there's no free lunch. Number two is always be ready. I think that preparedness is not only the key to confidence, but the key to taking the next step. I've had everything in this business has happened when I least expected it to. Being ready was actually what makes the difference. Knowing every fact about your business, knowing it inside and out, knowing what the unit cost is on the freight for every season you've ever done. I mean, being ready just shows you didn't take any shortcuts and you know what you're doing, and it gives you confidence in yourself. And it gives other people confidence to take a bet on you. And so that's very important. And then the third is to show hustle and grit in everything you do. So don't be afraid to keep hustling. Don't be afraid to do it the ugly way. Doesn't always have to be pretty. And just remember that to stay gritty and to stay being a hustler, because that's how stuff gets done.